So we see, right, as Goku tells Moro that he will no longer harm the Earth, right? Moro tries to punch Goku, but Goku easily is able to dodge it, and without, with as easy as just he basically, it's hard to explain it, but Goku is able to slip by Moro and hits it with a huge backhand fist that sends him flying, right? So Moro's like, how the hell did you do that, right? Goku's not even looking at Moro. He's not even acknowledging him. So Moro comes flying at Goku, but Goku, without even looking at Moro, is dodging his attacks with one hand. Absolute alpha level shit. So Goku continues to dodge Moro's attacks without looking at him, right? He's just weaving, weaving, weaving. Moro cannot touch him. And as Goku continues to master Ultra Instinct more and more and get more accustomed to it, Beerus states that Goku is fine-tuning his moves. So we see Moro continues to try to attack Goku, right? Goku is easily able to hop away. Moro asks Goku how he is doing this, but Goku says that he's not thinking, right? His body is acting on its own and deciding how to dodge Moro's attacks. That's why his attacks can't touch him. So I just love Goku's just explaining to Moro, the power behind Ultra Instinct. And Moro's just like, stop sprouting nonsense, alright? There's no such thing as that. So Moro powers up even more. Goku doesn't seem bothered by it at all. So Goku powers up and he charges at Moro. But then Goku puts his hands out and he does the Godbind technique. This is the same technique Goku used when he was using Super Saiyan God against Broly in the Broly movie. We know that the technique stops an opponent in place and keeps them from moving anymore. So then Goku basically, he uses the Godbind technique to immobilize Moro's movements, and then he puts Moro in the air. Then with one hand, he keeps one hand on Moro to keep him from moving. Then Goku faces down as he prepares to jump. Goku jumps into the air with huge force and delivers a huge, and I mean a huge, gut punch to Moro's belly. Right? The punch has such an impact that it creates a shockwave that sends Jocko flying. Beerus and Whis have to guard against the attack, and even Piccolo, Gohan, and Vegeta, who are watching from miles away, right? They can feel the shockwave of Goku's attack, and the whole planet shakes. Right? So basically, a mini earthquake takes place on the planet because of how hard Goku hit Moro here. You can see everyone on the lookout reacting to it. This is not your ordinary punch. This was a huge punch, and you see Moro takes a hell of a lot of damage from it as Goku sends Moro flying into the air. Beerus congratulates Goku for perfecting Ultra Instinct. Goku didn't even know that Beerus and Whis were on the planet. Beerus states that Goku's fighting style is godlike, right? And Goku sees Lord Beerus and Whis watching, and he says, Beerus, Whis, didn't know you guys were here. And Beerus is like, don't stop now, right? Keep going, keep taking care of Moro, right? Finish the job so we can eat. And Goku tells Moro that there's no chance in hell he has in beating him as he is right now. Goku asks Moro if he's starting to understand the pain and the suffering of everyone he killed, and if he understands how that feels now. And Moro's like, silence, right? How dare you lecture me? Do you think you're a god or something like that? And Goku doesn't answer. Moro says, I don't fear divine power because I am this galaxy's life form. So Moro continues to power up, and you can see a lot of energy from the earth is coming up. All this does is, bother Goku because Moro is, ripping up the planet because of his anger for not being able to defeat him, right? But Moro knows how much Goku cares about the planet. So Moro states, whether this planet lives or dies is up to me. Which would serve me better? And he tells Goku that he should think hard on that. So Moro tries to catch Goku from behind, but Goku, without looking, hits Moro in the face with a brutal kick, and Moro actually gets burnt by his own magic, right? So Moro is pretty much on the verge of death here, right? He's pretty much defeated. And Moro states, you care about the planet, this much, then my next act will be to consume it. So Moro isn't playing any more games, but Goku comes flying it with another huge kick to Moro that sends him flying all the way into a rock, and then there's a bigger rock on top of that falls on top of Moro, and Moro no longer has the strength to get up from under the rock. So he asks Goku actually to help him. So Moro's trying to play on Goku's mercy here, right? He begs Goku not to kill him. This bothers me because you have Moro, acting all badass, talking about how he's the supreme life form in the galaxy. But now, he has finally met his match in Goku, and now that he knows he's defeated, he's acting like a little pussy. That's the way I view it, at least, right? But of course, Goku stares down at Moro, and he asks Jackal, right? Moro was sentenced to death, and Jackal asks Goku, to finish the job right here, right now, right? We don't need to bring him back to prison, just kill him. So Goku says in that case, he rips off the gi he was wearing. He's completely shirtless now, and he tells Jackal, to let him fight him as an Earthling from here on out. Jackal asks, what the hell does that mean? And Beerus and Whis get concerned because they feel like they have a bad feeling that Goku's about to do something that's gonna mess up. Goku clearly has the battle won, but instead of finishing Moro off, he wants to fight him as an Earthling. So, what's ironic is Chapter 64 was titled Son Goku the Earthling. Chapter 65 is titled Chapter 64 was titled Son Goku the Galactic Patrolman. Chapter 65 is titled Son Goku the Earthling, right? So it's giving you like two sides of a different coin. What time is sunset? Excuse me. So, we see as the chapter opens up, Krillin is on the battlefield, right? He still has the Senzu beans, but he believes, they won't need them because Goku's just mopping the floor with Moro. So we get back to it. Goku uses his energy to destroy the rock, right, that Moro was under, right? And you see Moro is able to get up from the sand. So Moro is looking for Goku because Goku has disappeared again, right? So Goku appears right next to Krillin, and he actually grabs the Senzu beans from him. Goku's like, I'll take those Senzu beans from now. And Krillin didn't even see Goku take the Senzu beans because he was that quick. So Goku asks Moro, I'll spare you if you agree to go back to the Galactic Patrol, or the Galactic Prison, and promise to never break out again. Moro says, yes, of course, I swear, you'll have no more trouble from me. So Goku gives Moro a Senzu bean, right? And a lot of people in the community, when they saw this, they flipped out. I flipped out. Because why would you have Goku give Moro a Senzu bean? He did this in the Cell Saga, but the circumstances there were completely different to what we're seeing now. There was really no reason for Goku to give Moro a Senzu bean. But the reason why Goku gives Moro a Senzu bean is he's testing Moro's motives. If he heals Moro, will motive indeed, in fact, go back to the prison? So we see Moro, he eats the Senzu bean, and he is quickly brought him back to full health, right? So now that he's back to full health, Goku states that Moro needs to go back to the prison just like he promised. And Moro says that he's grateful to Son Goku for the Senzu bean, but he says that he's not going anywhere, at least not until, Goku dies by his hand. So we see here that Moro fires off Moro attempts to kill Goku, right? He tries to hit Goku with a huge left hand, impaling him the same way he did earlier in the arc a couple chapters ago. But when he goes to hit Goku in the chest, Moro actually breaks his left hand because Goku's chest is built of like some kind of steel, right? Kind of similar to how Moro's chest was built of steel earlier. Goku is so strong in Master Ultra Instinct that his body is so hard that you can't attack it, right? So this just tells you that Goku is still on levels where Moro can't even touch him when he's using Master Ultra Instinct. So Goku calls Moro a coward, right? So clearly Goku was just testing Moro to see if Moro would truly go back to the Galactic Prison. So Goku states that after Courage Strike, you could never even hope to beat B. So Goku goes back into his base form and he asks Moro if he's ever trained before, and Moro's like, obviously not. Goku tells Moro that he would have wound up even stronger if you had just trained instead of stealing planets and stealing energy from other people. Goku says that's a real shame that Moro is really a bad guy because he's never came across anybody as strong as him, right? So Goku basically saying that Moro was a tougher opponent for him than guys like Broly and Jiren and Head and Zamasu, guys that Goku has had ferocious battles with during Dragon Ball Super. So Jackal yells at Goku like, "What are you doing, bro? He just went back on his word. Why are you wasting any more time here?" You know what I mean? So but so we see that that Jackal tells Goku, you know, he's not going to change his evil ways, so Goku should just get the job done. Goku says he will, but he wants to talk to him for a little bit longer. So Moro gets very angry, right? So now Moro's finally starting to figure out how bad the situation is for him. Moro states that, you know, to think that he would be brought down by a tribe that had only emerged a couple of years ago. Because remember, when Moro was at his prime, way, you know, 10 million years ago, Earth was nothing. There was just a bunch of monkeys on the planet. But now, you know, this tribe has evolved, and now they have guys like, you know, warriors like Goku and Vegeta, and they are the guys that are actually defeating him. Not even a god. You know, even though Goku has god power, at the end of the day, he's just a normal mortal. So, Goku tells Moro that he'll never enjoy freedom again, and he asks Moro one last time, you know, are you gonna come quietly and go back to the Galactic Prison, or am I gonna have to kill you right here, right now? So, Goku asks which, you know, I need an answer. Which is it, right? But Moro tells Goku that he will not go back to the Galactic Prison, but in fact he will continue to consume planets as he sees fit. And Goku's like, alright, I have no other choice because he promised Mears that he would protect the galaxy. He transforms back into Master Ultra Instinct. So now Goku can go into Master Ultra Instinct whenever he pleases. So Moro asks, you know, who, you know, Moro remembers who Mears was, but he asks who really was that Galactic Patrol Angel. And Goku says it was a teacher of mine who taught him how to use Ultra Instinct. So Moro is able to put two and two together, and he figures out that if, you know, Mears was able to teach Goku how to perform Master Ultra Instinct, that he must be able to have the same ability as well. So Moro remembers back to when he copied Mears' abilities a couple chapters ago, and Moro looks and he sees that the hand that copied Mears' abilities is still on the battlefield. So he uses his magic to and telekinesis to bring the hand back to him, and we see Moro destroys his injured left hand, and he replaces it with the hand that has Mears' abilities copied on him. So all of a sudden, as Moro gains access to Mears' abilities, Jackal, you know, tells Goku, you know, wasn't that the hand that Mears sliced off earlier? But Goku isn't concerned. He looks back at Moro, and Moro starts transforming. All of a sudden, the fur on Moro's back turns from black to white. You know, his eyelids turn white as well, and we see he takes the crystal off his hand and places it on his forehead, and it is revealed that Moro has Mears' power. And basically, you guys can tell by Mears' by not by Moro's, by Moro's appearance, he has mastered Ultra Instinct. So Goku gives Moro a bad stare down, right? He just stares him down. He doesn't look too concerned. And remember, Beerus and Whis were not on the battlefield when Beerus got his abilities copied by Moro, and he used the staff to cut the hand off. So they basically are able to put two and two together that Beerus had gone and got his abilities copied, and now Moro are using them for himself. So we see, basically what happens is Moro uses his magic to grab the sensu beans that Goku had, and he destroys them. Right? He destroys them so that there'll be no more healing from the sensu beans. So Moro tells Goku to prepare himself, but the thing about it is that's so badass here is Goku's not concerned at all. He doesn't even react to Moro stealing Beerus's power. Goku just closes his eyes, reopens them, gets back into his stance, and he flies at Moro. Moro is now confident that he can win this fight, but we see Goku flies at Moro and Moro flies at Goku. So we get a beautiful page here of Goku and Moro clashing fists, right? And what Whis does, Whis creates a barrier to protect Krillin and Jackal because he knows that if they stay on the battlefield, they are going to get hurt. Because you can see the shockwaves of the punches between Goku and Vegeta having an effect on the entire planet. So we see, right, Goku sees that because of their punches, it's causing damage to the planet. So Goku tells Moro, let's fight in the sky, because he doesn't want the planet to take any more damage. So we see, right, we get these beautiful panels of Goku and Moro fighting in the sky, flying around the planet, right, and they're going blow for blow, but Moro's still not able to land any punches on Goku. But Moro talks about how he loves how his body is moving, because his body is moving based off instinct, right? So we see they continue to fly around the planet. And Moro believes right now him and Goku are having like a contest of speed. But the thing about it is, Moro believes that, it doesn't matter because since he's using Beerus's abilities, their abilities are on the same level. They're evenly matched. So we see as they're flying, around the planet at super top speeds, we see what Moro does is Moro goes around the earth at a different direction to get a leg up on Goku, and he's able to actually kick Goku down back to the earth. Goku is able to stop himself from crashing to the mountains, and it has no impact. Moro states that he still has his magic, so he believes that even though him and Goku are evenly matched in terms of abilities, his magic still gives him the advantage. But Goku, right, confidently dusts himself off, and he says, do you really believe that? Then try a little bit harder. And Moro gets frustrated of how Goku is still so calm, even in the face of this situation. So we see their battle continues, and they're throwing hands left and right. We see Moro, his right arm grows like 10 sizes, right, as he prepares to go up and charges up and attack. So Moro states that the reason why his arm is getting bigger is because his body becomes tougher to compensate all on its own, but that's not the case, as we'll find out in just a second. So as Moro goes to punch Goku, his arm gets even bigger. Goku hits him in the back, and then we see Moro's body. It's it's bubbling over, and he's slowly becoming bigger and bigger, right? And Moro believes this is because his body is responding to Beerus's power, and it's growing so it can use the power to himself, but it's actually having a negative impact on his body. So Whis states that his body is swelling in an attempt to contain the angel power that is going in it, and it's not having a positive impact on him, it's having a negative impact. So Goku, right, now that he sees that Moro is much bigger, it makes it easier to attack him, and Moro continues to get bigger and bigger as the energy of Moro swells throughout his body. So Goku remembers what happened to Sir Gamble. If you guys remember, Moro gave a lot of energy to Sir Gamble when Goku was using Super Saiyan Blue to fight him way back earlier in this arc. And because Sargamo never trained for that power, his body couldn't handle Moro's power, right? And that's the same thing that's happening here with Moro and Meares' power. Moro never trained for Meares' power, so now it's having a negative impact on Moro's body. Moro believes that because he sees himself as the supreme god, that he can handle the power all by itself, but he can't, and it's actually being his downfall. So Goku has the advantages, but Whis tells Goku that, if you intend to defeat Moro, you need to kill him right this instant. Backing him into a corner is not wise. Even though Goku is far stronger, it's not a smart decision to let this battle keep going. So Goku understands, and he finally looks like he's about to kill Moro. But right at that moment, the earth starts shaking yet again, and all of a sudden, Moro's not there anymore. All we see is Moro. Moro comes out of the earth, and he fires off a mouth blast, and everybody's like, "What the hell is going on?" So it is revealed to us that Moro has fused himself with planet Earth, right? He has fused himself with planet Earth in an attempt to keep the power from that he stole from Meares from leaking. So he believes that by fusing with planet Earth, he'll be able to hold the power of Meares, and he'll be able to continue to fight Goku. So Moro believes he has no more limits because he's become one with the planet, right? And Goku is shocked, and Whis tells Goku that killing Moro now will mean destroying the Earth itself, since Moro has become one with the planet. But the thing about it is, Whis also states that they can't leave Moro like that, because eventually his body will continue to swell because it cannot handle the power of Meares, right? Moro fusing with planet Earth is still not enough for his body to hold the power of Meares. So eventually his body's just going to keep swelling, and his energy will deteriorate. And there's a chance that because there's so much power, that will explode, because angels are so strong that it's not only going to blow up the Earth, but it has the potential to blow up the entire universe. Moro doesn't understand that, but he laughs very confidently, that there's nothing Goku can do. So now Goku's standing there shocked, and now how will Goku fight Moro, knowing that if he's not careful, not only will Earth be destroyed, but the whole universe. So this leads us to the final full chapter of the Moro saga. So chapter 66, Moro, Consumer of Worlds. So we see all the Z fighters, they have been healed, right? 17, 18, Vegeta, Gohan, Piccolo, and Dende, they have all been healed. But even though they've been healed and they're back to full power, they feel their body being hardened all of a sudden. And Vegeta knows this is Moro absorbing energy. The reason why it's not having as much of an impact as Vegeta is far stronger than Piccolo, Gohan, and the others. So it's going to take a little more time for his body to start feeling the effects of Moro's energy absorption. So we see around the planet, right, the whole planet is being absorbed, because Moro, now that he's fused with planet Earth, he's absorbing all of the energy for himself. So Goku tells Moro to quit off, and all of a sudden we see Moro, he fires off a left hand at Goku. But just because Moro has fused with planet Earth doesn't mean he's stronger than Goku. Goku is still far stronger than Goku is still far stronger than Moro with the power of Master UI. So we see, right, Moro tries to hit Goku with multiple hands, but Goku is able to, fight them off pretty easily. So Moro uses his magic, and it's revealed us that Moro can, use his magic to create multiple hands to attack Goku with. So Goku gets into the sky because he tries to take a breather to get away from the multiple hands that Moro is using to attack him. And then we see Moro spams more and more hands around the battlefield, and Goku is, doing his best to dodge them all. So Whis states that this is bad. Even though Goku is dodging Moro's attacks and they're not having an impact on him, Moro's body is still swelling because the energy of Meares is expanding. So eventually, Moro's gonna blow up, right? And then everything's gonna be destroyed around it. So Beerus, right? Beerus finally decides not to be a lazy god of destruction, and he leaves the the protection shell that Whis had created, and it looks like he is actually gonna lend Goku a hand and help him, deal with Moro. It was never revealed to us if Beerus was gonna use Hakai or some other special technique, but at least it looked like Beerus was gonna get involved. And Beerus's pure motivation is right. He doesn't want to lose the Earth, mainly because of the food that's on the planet. Plus, if the other gods of destruction knew about what happened to Earth in Universe 7, they would, Beerus would get a lot of criticism for it. But right as Beerus is about to get involved, Whis gets a message from the Grand Priest. And the Grand Priest has summoned Beerus to the Grand Priest's palace, or to Zeno's palace, and mainly because he wants an update on what's going on with Beerus. So Grand Priest was probably able to figure out that Beerus, got erased because he broke the law of angels. So Beerus has to answer to the Grand Priest, of course. So all of a sudden, Beerus has to, make a change of plans, and I love how Beerus gets all concerned here, because we all know Beerus is terrified of the Grand Priest and Zeno. So as Beerus prepares himself to have to leave the planet, right, Goku goes over to, Whis goes over to Goku, and Whis tells Goku that the only way to defeat Moro is to shatter his forehead crystal. That will allow Moro to lose the power of Beerus and save the planet. So Goku's like, okay, I don't know if I could do that, but he does remember Beerus doing the same thing. But Goku, Goku doubts himself for a second. He's like, can I really do that? And Whis says, you already have the divine power, right? You already have Master Ultra Instinct, the technique of the gods. All you have to do is believe in yourself and have faith in your own strength. And Goku says, okay, if that's the only way, I'll do it. But Whis and Beerus, they make their leave to head back to the Heavenly Realm so they can speak with, the Grand Priest, right? And all of a sudden, we get a huge visual of Goku, and we see Moro. Moro is expanding every second, and Moro looks pretty gross here, right? You could see that Moro is expanding and getting bigger by the second as the energy of Beerus continues to swell inside of him. So Goku notices how Moro is getting bigger and bigger, and as he gets bigger and bigger, the crystal is starting to disappear. And Goku knows that if the crystal disappears, they'll have no hope of defeating Moro. So Goku's trying to figure out what to do, and all of a sudden Goku hears Vegeta's voice. Vegeta tells Kakarot to move aside, and Vegeta comes flying in back at full power using Super Saiyan Blue Evolution, and he uses Spirit Separation to try to separate energy from Moro's body. I love this scene here. It reminds me of Iron Man back in in the Avengers movies, right? So Vegeta's coming in to save the day. He's using Spirit Separation to try to separate energy, and to also try to limit the amount of energy that the Earth is losing, because remember, while all this is going on, Moro is still draining the planet very slowly. So we see as Moro is losing energy, the crystal is appearing more and more. So Goku thanks Vegeta for his help, but Vegeta tells Goku, stop yapping, you need to destroy that crystal, stop wasting time. So Goku gets his fist ready, and he says, everything's riding on this fist of mine. I wish they had, took this opportunity to introduce the Dragon Fist and make it canon, right, in Dragon Ball Super, but they went a different direction. So Goku, starts flying up the mountain as Vegeta continues to use Spirit Separation. But remember, Vegeta can't use Spirit Separation for long because his energy is being drained as well. So Goku flies at Moro, right? He flies at Moro, and he's dodging Moro's attacks, right? And he's just punching through all of Moro's hands and everything. And as he gets closer to Moro's forehead, he's about to deliver the fist, but then he gets stopped. So basically, those hands that Moro had created, he hardens them up, and he's able to grab Goku and keep him in place. So Vegeta's like, come on, right? You were right there. Just do it already. Vegeta sees that he's at his limit, and because his energy is being drained. So, Goku or Vegeta is not going to be able to use spirit separation anymore. So, Goku says, Mirrors was able to do it, so why can't I? Do I not have enough God power still? So, Jackal hears this, and he suddenly leaves the battlefield because he gets an idea, right? So, Goku powers down back into his base form, and Vegeta's like, no, like, come on, like, Goku's our only hope here. So, Vegeta sees that Goku, is losing power, but because he can't move, his energy is being drained as well. So Piccolo and the other Z Fighters arrive to the battlefield, and they ask Vegeta to use Spirit Separation again, but use it this time to gather up energy instead of forcing energy away, right? So Spirit Separation works in two different ways. You can use it to break things apart, but you can also use it to gather things together. So the Z Fighters want to use the remaining amount of their energy to gather it together and have it be sent over to Goku so he can finish off the attack. So Vegeta agrees, and they start gathering energy. Piccolo uses telepathy to get in contact with the rest of the gang that are on the lookout, and also get in contact with Goten and Trunks, who are on the island. So Piccolo tells Goten and Trunks to send their energy over, and they do, but they get a little bit mad because they didn't get a chance to be in the battle, to fight in the final battle, right? So Vegeta gathers the energy all together, and Vegeta, this is huge character development for him. He adds his own energy, so Vegeta goes back into his base form, and they send all of the collective energy of the Z Fighters together to Goku. Goku gains the power, and he's able to transform, but he's only able to go into Super Saiyan Blue, right? Their power is not enough for him to go into Ultra Instinct. So once again, it was kind of a fail because now Goku gets his energy sucked, drained once again, and Goku goes right back into his base form. So Jackal arrives at Dende's lookout, and he asks for Majin Buu, right? He needs Majin Buu right away. So they believe it's over now because they have no energy left. They gave all their energy for Goku, and the planet is being drained, and as Moro continues to get bigger and bigger, as he drains the energy of the earth, and Mirror's power continues to flow inside of him, Moro just loses his appearance. He looks like a total lunatic now, right? And Vegeta figures out that eventually Mirror's is going to explode, and when he does explode, or that Moro is going to explode, I don't know why I said Mirrors, but Vegeta is able to figure out that Moro is going to explode any second now, and when he does, they're all gonna die with him, and most likely the rest of the universe. But at that moment, right, we see a bunch of energy, God energy, appears in front of the Z Fighters, and they are shocked. Goku senses God power, right? This is not your normal, energy. This is actual God power. And Vegeta's like, where does this God power come from? So then we look into the distance, and we see in a little village that Dai Kaioshen is there with Oob. Yes, that Oob. End of Z, Oob, right? So remember, this all takes place before the end of Z, before Goku fights Oob in the martial arts tournament. But Goku does know that Oob is alive because during the Tournament of Power, Dende actually took Goku to Oob's village, and we saw a younger Oob there. And Dende told Goku to train Oob when he gets older and how to use his power. And remember earlier, I told you guys this way earlier in the arc. I told you guys to pay attention to that panel where Mirrors explained that when Evil Boo split away from Majin Buu, right? Majin Buu got the Daikaoshen's appearance, and his memories, but the God power of the Daikaoshen got sent over to Evil Boo. And remember, Goku made the wish using the Dragon Balls for Oob to be reincarnated as somebody good. So that God power that was sent to Kid Buu, right? That god power that Kid Buu didn't know how to control when he died, and Goku made the wish for him to be reborn as somebody good. That became Oob. So Oob inherited the god power from evil Buu, and he's using that god power here to send over the Goku, even though he doesn't know. And we get that explanation here from Dende. So even though Oob has no idea what he's doing, the Daikaoshin knows that this is going to be a big help. So Vegeta here, right? Vegeta assumes the Spirit Bomb position once again. He takes the power of Oob, even though he doesn't know who he is, and he sends it over to Goku. And then Goku transforms into Master Ultra Instinct, so it's more than enough for Goku to regain his full power. And all of a sudden, Goku uses the genification technique, right? That was one of the techniques that we saw the Yardragons use earlier. It allows you to, grow sizes, make yourself big or small. So Goku's ki manifests himself, and he uses the genification technique to create a huge version of himself, right? And you guys can see here, we can see this big avatar of Master Ultra Instinct Goku, but you can also see the real Goku in there as well. All the Z Fighters are shocked and they cannot believe at what they're looking at. Goku pushes Moro down into the ground, right? Because Goku has more than enough energy to get the job done now. Then we look into the avatar and we see the real Goku there. He opens up his eyes, he exits his avatar, and he goes flying in at Moro, attempting to finally break the crystal. We get an amazing triple frame here of Goku delivering the punch to the crystal. All the Z Fighters are looking on, and we see Goku lands the attack, right? As Beerus and Whis, they are, making their way to the to Zeno's palace. Whis is able to sense that Goku got the job done, and he smiles. And at that moment, we see Goku is able to destroy the crystal as it cracks. And as that happens, we see Moro. He lets go, basically because now the crystal's been destroyed. Moro no longer has access to Beerus' powers, and Moro blows up in a huge explosion. All the Z Fighters are sent down because of the attack, and then we see there's a huge amount of debris and rubble and steam coming from where Moro exploded. So Krillin gets up from the rumble and he asks what happened. Did Goku win? Did he get the job done? Piccolo is smiling, Vegeta is looking on, and all we see is Goku standing there back in his base form, and he gives the thumbs up that victory has been achieved. Yes, victory has been achieved for the Z Fighters. So basically, there you have it. That is the wrap up to the Moro Saga, the final battle. The last scene here in chapter 66, we see the Z Fighters, they celebrate with Goku, right? Vegeta asks Goku, where did that power come from? Like, where did all that God Ki? Goku doesn't really say much. Vegeta demands that Goku give him an answer, but Goku says that Vegeta will know in due time. Remember, even Goku hasn't, met Oob, he knows Oob is out there. I feel like Goku was able to put two and two together and figure out that energy came from Oob. We also get to see, the Z Fighters celebrate. Hercule has a huge feast. I'm getting a little ahead of myself, alright? But we see the Daikaoshin, right? The Daikaoshin thanks Oob for his help, even though Oob has no idea what was going on, right? Oob's like, who are you? The Daikaoshin tells Oob that they are related, but Oob is like, what? How can we be related? We look nothing alike. And the Daikaoshin says, you'll know one day. And then the Daikaoshin, heads back to Dende's lookout. And Oob is like, is this a dream? I just saw a man fly, as the Daikaoshin flies away. We see the Daikaoshin, he heads back to Dende's lookout. He switches places with Majin Buu, right? And Hercule is happy to have Majin Buu back. But Majin Buu, it seems like Majin Buu has forgotten everything that's happened. He's forgotten about the Daikaoshin and Oob and Moro, and he's like, what's happening, right? So Hercule decides to have a huge feast to celebrate, the Z Fighters' victory. So we see Goku, Vegeta, and all the Z Fighters celebrating and having a good time. Then at the end, we see Goku. He uses instant transmission to send Eska to bring Eska back home to Namek. They gather up the Namekian Dragon Balls and they're able to bring everything back to normal. So all the people that Moro killed, all the planets that suffered damage thanks to Moro's hand, they all go back to normal. So everything is back to where it was at the beginning of the arc. Moro has been defeated. The universe has been saved. The only thing that is different is Beerus has been disappeared, right? Or so we thought. So it's revealed to us that Beerus, his punishment for not doing anything about the mirror situation, he has to play with Zeno, him and the Supreme Kai. And it's funny because we didn't see the Supreme Kai at all throughout this arc. But their punishment, I said, basically since Beerus and the Supreme Kai, they're bonded together, right? If Beerus is to die, the Supreme Kai would as well, and vice versa. Beerus's punishment, which goes to the Supreme Kai as well, they have to play with Zeno. And we see Zeno, he's pulling back on Beerus's ears, having a good time. So we're thinking that, Beerus would be in serious trouble for what happened to Beerus, but instead, Beerus's punishment is kind of a gag, as we see he has to be a dog for Zeno, serve as his, Zeno's play toy. So Beerus blames Goku for allowing all this to happen, and he asks where Goku is at the moment. And Whis looks into his staff, and Whis reveals that Beerus is back at the Galactic Patrol with Goku, and they are celebrating. And Beerus is like, huh? What? Beerus is alive? What the hell is going on? And that's how the saga ends, right? If I was to say anything else, I would be talking about the next arc in Dragon Ball Super, which is the Granola the Survivor arc. So, I'm not gonna say anything else, but that is the end of the Moro saga. Man, oh man, what a saga, what an arc. So, other than that, guys, that's about all I got for you guys today. Thank you guys for listening to this very, very long narration. But hopefully you guys enjoy. If you guys listen from start to finish, thank you guys for enjoying the narration. Let me know, what were your thoughts on the arc? What was your thoughts on the narration? Make sure, be honest in the comment section. Leave a like on the video if you guys enjoyed. I know a lot of you guys are going to be looking at this at different times. But other than that, that's all I got for you guys today. Make sure to leave a like on the video if you guys did. If you guys enjoyed this arc, I have tons of other Dragon Ball Super manga videos, so go check those out as well. And as the next Dragon Ball Super arc begins, I will be covering that as well every single month with reviews, discussions, reactions, all that good stuff. So like I said, guys, thank you guys for everything. Make sure to leave a like on the video. Subscribe if you guys are new to this channel by hitting the bell next to my name, Fitzmonk TV, so you guys are notified every time I post a new video. Follow me down on social media. Thank you guys for everything once again. I'll see you guys later. Peace.